Hey, I'm having a really bad day already. You know what I think I won't do is go out and murder a bunch of people. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just warning you guys. I'm in my I hate everybody mood this morning. Not
It
you,
happens.
not you, of course. But yeah, what the actual with this what you call it, Atlanta sheriff going, this murderer had a bad day. How many flying does anyone give? What kind of day he had? He had a bad day? Oh, that's too bad.
Poor baby.
Right? I mean, I don't. Okay. And plus them saying, oh, we don't think it was racial. Really? Well, you're taking the murderer's point of view for that.
Yes.
Because who would know that it's a hate crime, which would add to his charges if it were a hate crime. So I don't know. If I were a murderer, I would say, no, it's not that. But I mean, it just, come on. This is insane.
I'm going to question that cop's judgment, though,
also
because
he was the one selling the China virus
China shirt.
Yeah, the China virus T-shirts on his whatever.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Guy had a bad day. Okay, good to know. I'll make a note of that. Okay, so I don't know. Here's why I'm in the I hate everyone mood, Travis, because this would be a perfect day for a whole bunch of Republicans to vote against the violence against. Who votes against the Violence Against Women Act?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the day that, okay. All right. Who cares? I'm having a bad day, and I'm not having any sex. I'm not going to murder a bunch of people. This whole incel thing.
Yeah.
Someone was saying it's okay. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. It's right. It's obviously the combination of sexualizing Asian women, right? At these whatever massage parlors or whatever. I'm in a mood. Oh, also I'm wearing because misogyny. I'm wearing my Hillary T-shirt. Why? Because a lot of women on Twitter were saying the same thing I was thinking yesterday with the Russia, the new DNI report about Russia. We're like, yes, exact same thing that they did in 2016, except it worked, right?
Yeah.
Oh, have I mentioned I will die mad about Hillary?
I've heard that before.
Okay, Liz said Hillary Clinton was right about everything, but Russia and misogyny not only robbed us of possibly a great POTUS and our first woman to serve, but inflicted a monster on us. To quote Stephanie Miller, I will die mad for what was done to her and us. Thank you. It was Misogyny Day yesterday, wasn't it? In general?
Totally.
Yeah. But go ahead.
And the thing is, the kid was saying that, like, he wanted to eliminate the temptation.
Right.
If you can't
he was very
handle
Christian.
your temptation.
By the way, John Fugelsang will have some stuff to say about that tomorrow. Stop describing him as really religious. Oh, he carried a Bible around. He was really religious. Oh, really? I'm sorry, Travis. Go ahead. I talked over you.
No. It's just that he said that he wanted to eliminate the temptation. It's like, you need to grow up and learn how to deal with your own issues. Yeah. And part of that is what religion has taught him, that it's sinful and bad to have these thoughts, but he was going out and doing it anyways.
Yeah.
If he just would have had some,
That's what, unfortunately, some, lunatics like him, that's how they interpret religion, is it's women's fault. They're the temptation and must be eliminated. As we were saying, as Malcolm Nance was saying yesterday, he called it, by the way, just don't ever bet against Malcolm Nance. He called it while that press conference is going on before they said it. He talked about the role of misogyny and the whole incel, because it's a factor in every single one of these mass shootings. Every single one. There is a history of misogyny or domestic violence or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm in a mood. Travis. Geraldine tweeted, look, I'm flexible, but either we get rid of guns or we get rid of men, but it's pretty obvious we can't have both. Too much? I'm sorry. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood.
We're not necessary stuff. Sean, I'll go now.
Oh, well then I'll be effed.
You asked for it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and all these sex and lockdown stories we've been doing about people masturbating or not having sex in lockdown. What we've determined, it's only made me feel worse, Travis, and we've determined that I am good at neither relationships nor masturbation. So I am effed either way, and not in a good way, and not in a good way by anyone. I am.
You're the exact.
Okay.
The exact opposite of effed.
Right. No, effed, but not in a good way.
The only way you're getting effed.
Thank you. by myself, but not in a good way. I can't even do that right. Oh, I'm in a mood. Oh, I'm so cranky.
Sorry.
Padma said, one day after 8 people were killed due to hatred of Asian women, how dare 172 Republicans vote against the Violence Against Women Act, the most contentious part of the act, preventing people convicted of domestic abuse of stalking from purchasing a firearm. This is the other reason the filibusters got it right.
Yep.
Legislation 90% something percent of the American people are for is gun safety, background checks. And we've never been able to get it done. And it's just, and now here we go after yesterday, right? He bought the gun, right? Like, what was it, a couple days ago or something? Yeah, hours, whenever it was, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, how about this one? Sergeant Joker tweets, in Georgia, you can decide to buy a firearm to slaughter 8 innocent people and purchase it that same day. In Georgia, you can't decide to vote and vote that same day. I'm right, like, here with Republicans. I'm at the top of my baseball hat. I can't. Right. Okay. I thank God Dr. Doom's on. I'm also mad about other things. Now we're starting to get all these reports of people not showing up for their vaccine shots because of anti-vaxxers and all this nonsense, right? And then
that's how I got my shot.
But you know what's happening, Travis? A lot of it's going bad because so many people are not showing up for their appointment. It's just, oh my God, I hate everyone this morning. Okay. Yes, Eric tweets, 14 states, by the way, are now reporting a 10% increase in cases since last week. What did we just say? With 5 variants of concern now highlighted by the CDC, we need to stay vigilant. Dr. Redlener obviously has a lot to say about that. It's one of those slow motion disasters you see coming again. You're like, we're going to be Italy in 2 weeks, right? Because we're going the exact. Have I ever mentioned we're going the wrong way? We're going the wrong way when we're at this very critical point. And
you're going the wrong way. What? You're going the wrong way.
He says we're going the wrong way.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Terrific. Thank you. You're going in the wrong direction. You're going to kill somebody.
Everybody.
You're going the wrong way.
Okay. Sean, we may need one of those classic Sean Comiskey redos where you just say, you're going to kill everybody. I'm sorry, Sean, I stepped on you. Say it.
No. Everybody.
Okay. All right. But seriously, Travis, just when remember Dr. Redlener said last week, we're in a race, variants against vaccines, right? And the fact people aren't showing up and the vaccine's going bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I'm dying to get vaccinated. There's a lot of us that would kill I'm sorry, that would be a bad day to use that. I wouldn't kill to. I would like to. I would very much like to be vaccinated. Okay.
You obviously need to go with my mom. She will get you the shot.
Yeah, well, I learned that by using her as a battering ram to get to the head of the buffet line at your wedding. I should have thought of that.
Just have my mom walk in there. She can go Shirley MacLaine and say you're her daughter.
I should have hopped in the car like the Flintstones cat when you weren't looking, when Dylan were driving to Fresno. You're like, what's that ruckus in the trunk? Okay. Brooklyn Dad Defiant, our friend, says, in the span of a few months, the GOP has voted against COVID relief bill, honoring Capitol Police, and the Violence Against Women Act, and they voted for acquitting the insurrectionist former guy. They are on the wrong side of history. Okay. Oh, here's a little glimmer of light. Our legal lad, Harry Lippman, says, note that the federal government has an entirely separate and intense interest in the salon shootings based on its hate crime statute, especially because Georgia does not make similar hate crimes hate attacks a crime. The U.S. has to take some action now to ensure it can vindicate its interests later if necessary. That's an interesting point. And again, since when are we taking the murderer's thoughts at face value?
Yeah.
On what was racially motivated? Again, I would think most humans know about hate crime statutes, and to say, oh no, I didn't do it because of this, right? I mean, it's just, okay.
When you're watching that press conference yesterday, did you notice Keisha Lance Bottoms got up and spoke after the police chief? And you could just tell she was seething. She's like, oh, whatever his motivations were.
Right.
She was not having any of what that cop was saying.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and obviously more and more will come out. But I mean, the cop that said it is on his Facebook page is liking the China virus T-shirts. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me?
Not liking, he bought one. He said he bought one.
Right. And put a smiley face and get these now because aren't they fantastically funny? Okay, Lindy Lee on Twitter says, how can anyone could vote against the Violence Against Women Act is utterly beyond me. I bear a physical scar of domestic violence. I am not alone. My sisters are all around America. We don't need your sympathy. We need your votes and your advocacy. Me too. As I've mentioned before, I've been a victim of domestic violence. It's just, I have ceased, Travis, being able to understand the GOP in any way in its present form, other than it is just awful. It is as awful and racist and misogynistic and homophobic and cruel as Donald Trump is. They've become the reflection of him.
Well, the Violence Against Women Act, Jackie Spear, who is going to join us on the show tomorrow, for extending the deadline for the ERA, so that we can get the Equal Rights Amendment passed. I can't believe
we still don't have the ERA. I can't. I feel like I'm.
Yeah.
Sean, you don't want to know how old I am, but
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
The ERA. We've been trying for a little while. Just a little bit. We've been trying for a little bit to get that. Just you know what that stands for, Sean? Because I'm old. Equal Rights Amendment. So that means I know it's crazy. It's going to seem crazy to you, but there was a time when we felt like women should have, the same rights, equal rights. It's never mind. It's not important now.
Whatever.
Okay.
That was 40 years ago.
How would I know that being 35? Okay, it's just I've read about it, Sean, in my history class, like you did. Okay. Did I mention all they're working on is stopping you from voting? This is the other thing.
Yeah.
Well, the whole reason they're doing this is the big lie. Is Donald Trump saying the election was fraud, which was it's completely untrue. Stephen Beschlaw says, in the effort to thwart voting in 253 state bills is not a reason enough to get rid of the filibuster and vote for a new national voting rights bill, then I don't know what is. It's okay. Insanity. Reverend Warnock, how about that first speech on the Senate floor? He took us to church, literally. All right. Oh, and you know what? I think the only thing that will help me this morning, we have to break, is a sake bomb. I believe, Sean, give me we have a few, but I need a sake bomb for breakfast when I'm having this kind of day. 16, please. Give me 16. About the
limit or a cap to the number of unaccompanied minors that are going to be allowed into the U.S.?
A limit or a cap? Should we send some kids who are 10 back at a certain point? Is that what you're asking me?
I'm not setting the policy here. I'm just asking you what the Biden administration's policy is. Is there a limit to the number of children that will be allowed in? I mean, the numbers we're hearing now, 565 on average every day. I'm just curious what the end game is here.
Play the next one.
Pardon me?
Go the next one. Go 17.
Here we go.
Do another
How many
one.
ultimately would be allowed in?
Well, I think where we are is we're focused on some of the very specific numbers. So when we came into office, there existed about 13,000 permanent beds in HHS or permanent and influx shelter system facilities during the last administration. Thousands of these beds, approximately half, were taken offline due to COVID. Staffing was also reduced to put it on par with the new reduced capacity. This was sufficient for the prior administration. This is how we got here, because they were expelling children in addition to families and single adults.
Where's the one where she says, are we supposed to send 10-year-olds back? That's what I was looking for.
The first one was where she said, she asked her if she said 10-year-olds back. And
I'm sorry, I need to hear that again. Yes. Cut to 16.
19 has what you want.
Okay, 19.
You do 19 too.
Travis,
we are taking steps to ensure that when kids come to the border, we look and see if they have a phone number in their pocket so we can call the family member and get them to those family members as quickly as possible. These are the steps that we're taking at this point in time. Our policy continues to be, we're not going to send a 10-year-old back across the border. That was the policy of the last administration. That's not our policy here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Saki. Saki.
Oh, God. All right, now I feel better. Maybe I misheard it. It was when she said, oh, I'm sorry, quota, should we send some 10-year-olds back by themselves? I mean,
she asked at the very beginning, yeah.
Right, yes. Okay. Thank you, Jen Psaki. I need as much Jen Psaki and as much Margaret Cho as I can this morning. This is in anticipation of Dr. Doom being on the show today. We just have one thing to say to you about vaccine hesitancy and anti-vaxxers.
Stick it in!
Okay, thank you. Stick it in! Just do it!
Stick it in!
Thank you, Margaret. She is also in the 10-year Sexy Liberal anniversary show, right? Go to sexyliberal.com, get that, and then,
Stick it in!
Right. Well, actually, it's not a DVD anymore. You know the technology. It's a download. It's not, you don't really stick it in. Okay. The vaccines. Do it! Oh, my God. You know what? Because it's the only thing that's going to save us from our own stupidity, right? Our own, not distancing or masking.